Hi everyone, this is Ganesh from Studio Karah. I imagine, I create, and I hope to inspire you along the way. If you want to follow me in my journey, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And to the rest of you, my darlings family, you asked for it and I'm here to provide. Last month I asked you guys in my community poll what kind of content you wanted, and the majority of you said more bullet journal themes. Basically multiple per month instead of only one. So I got myself a brand new journal to start making those extra themes. So far I've only used blank journals, so I decided to grab a dot grid journal for these bonus themes. So yeah, this video will be all about the setup of this new journal. For those of you who didn't know, this is not my original bullet journal. For that, I use a completely different one. If you want to check that out, I will leave a link in the description and in the info icon. I haven't really figured out what to name the videos for this journal to keep them a bit separated from my original bujo. For now, I will simply call these the dot grid themes or journal. I know a lot of people have a second bullet journal they set up on their channel and name them like my husband's bullet journal or my sister's bullet journal and so on. I could set up this journal for my husband, but in reality he just wouldn't use it because he has his own comfortable way of scheduling and managing his stuff digitally. You guys wanted more bujo themes and I'm making them for you, so you might feel inspired to start journaling or start drawing. Now with that being said, here's the journal I am using that I got from Amazon. It's from Stationery Island, A5 sized, 180 pages with 120 grams paper. Ivory colored and of course with the dot grid. It also has an elastic band to close the journal, 2 bookmarks, and a pocket in the back for loose papers and such. One thing that I love is that the pages lay completely flat when you open it. I haven't put much thought into it, I just wanted a dot grid journal, fast and cheap, so I could just start immediately. And this journal seemed to be good enough. Before we start drawing inside the journal, I wanted to label the journal with my label embosser, just like I did in my original bullet journal. I pressed out the name of my brand, Studio Karah, and pasted it on top of the journal. I have a list of all the supplies I use in the description if you're interested. The theme for this mid-year journal setup is something of a mix between geometric, Crescent Moon, and Art Deco inspired theme. Some of the spreads also remind me of tarot cards in a way. Inside, skipping one page, I will start with a name page for which I will be using my unique drawing stencil that I designed myself. Those of you who have been watching my videos know I've been using the handmade cardboard version for a while, and now I finally got the transparent acrylic version. It's more sturdy and durable. For this whole theme, I will be using this stencil. I'm working towards making this a product of Studio Karah soon. It's such a handy piece for my bujo and also for my drawings that I call my ink creations. I'll be showing you the full potential of this stencil in another video where I create a spread only using this stencil as a guide. Can't wait to share it. What do you guys think? Would you be interested in getting a stencil like this? Let me know in the comments. This first design for the name page is very minimalistic. I wanted to keep the rest of the layouts just like this as well, but I got lost in the details and couldn't stop myself, so the remaining designs are way more intricate. I think the easy and fun part of this is that you can just create any kind of shape with the stencil just by repeating them on the page, overlapping each other or just complementing each other side by side. You don't really have to think about what you should draw. Just lay the stencil on the page and see how it will look before deciding to actually draw the shape. That's why the transparent acrylic version is so much more useful than the cardboard one. I find it also very therapeutic to create this whole piece of artwork using nothing else than this stencil and a fine liner. Any type of pen or pencil would work. In a sense, it's also like a puzzle that you're looking at, trying to fit the shapes back into the stencil, and sometimes it even amazes me that the created piece only came from this little thing. Anyway, we have moved on to the title spread. On the left page I have my keys written out with 2 mini designs framing it, and on the right side we have our Dutch door title spread. This whole setup is available as free dated printables on my website, and a blank version will be available in my Etsy shop. All the links are in the description. Because I have been sharing printables of my original bullet journal, I thought I'd share this theme as printables as well. I'm not sure if I can keep up with offering the printables for both journals, or any at all for that matter, because I will be starting online classes soon to skill up for my full-time job. I've been doing YouTube in my free time, but soon this time will be limited, so I have to use it wisely. So until I can decide otherwise, this theme setup will be the first and the last one I offer as printables of this journal. As filming and editing these videos take quite some time, and as well as editing the printables, I might only be able to share the cover pages at the most of each journal every month. But that is also not a guarantee. Maybe it will be just the setup videos. I will keep you updated on that. I use my A5 translucent cutting mat to cut out the Dutch door and save the scraps in an envelope for later use. I like to use my scraps for other projects instead of throwing them away and creating unnecessary waste. One tip is scraps are good for junk journaling or collages. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Dutch door design. For the yearly overview, I have a little design on the left and on the right. For the rest, it's just all numbers for the mini calendars. Want to see a little magic trick? Minutes upon minutes done in 1 second. Voila! All the calendars are done. If only this was possible in real life, right? For the future log spread, I decided to keep the design in the middle and the rest of the space for writing down birthdays and other important events. Which shape in the stencil is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Mine would be the big crescent moon on top with my logo in the middle. I think that one creates a very nice shape. Did you know you can use the stencil as a compass as well to create various sized circles? You can do that with the moon shapes as well. I will show you all the possibilities in the dedicated stencil video. For the next two spreads, I have two full year trackers. I just love how these look with the rounded corners. The middle page turned into a little Dutch door peeking into the next tracker spread. Even if half of the year is over, I think these spreads would be great to track back memories or such in colorful squares and see what kind of patterns form in the whole overview. For this spread, there is nothing much to be told. It's just a little page for personal and professional goals and a page for ideas and inspirations. I think every bullet journal should at least have that. Now for the final spread. On the right side, I have drawn out the stencil in its full form for you to see, just in case the transparency isn't showing it. On the left page, I have something completely new that I wanted to share with you. Something that was inspired by gratitude journaling and mindful living. Gratitude and mindfulness spreads have been in the Bujo community for a long time. I've seen tons of spreads being made for gratitude list and mindful thoughts and so on. Everyone has their own preference, of course, and their own way of using these spreads. For me, it has has always been a bit overwhelming to come up with a whole list of things that I'm grateful for or a whole page dedicated to mindful journaling. But I really wanted to take both into consideration and needed a way to keep it fun and useful for me to still reflect on things that I'm grateful for and things that I need to be more mindful of. And for this, I created this page dedicated to both these things bundled into one. And specifically for this page layout, I only wanted to use my new stencil. I created a shape in which on top will be a little section of things that I'm grateful for, and on the bottom another little section of things that I want to be more mindful of. It doesn't have to be a list, nor does it have to be in sentences. Anything you want can be jotted down in those sections. Nothing too overwhelming, but a fun page to create and work on. I thought I would start with 3 things for each. For example, glancing back at this year, I'm grateful for being healthy despite the pandemic. I'm grateful for being able to work from home, and I'm grateful for the availability of good food. I know a lot of people don't even have these privileges, and that's why I'm really grateful for these things in this time. For being mindful, again, glancing back at these past few months, I've seen that how difficult it has been to see or meet up with friends and family, so that has made me want to spend more quality time with them and enjoy their company whenever I can the next time. Second thing is time management. It has been a real blur recently with all the days and weeks blending into each other. Working hours and free time not having a clear distinction, and because of that, it has really taken a toll on my mental health. So in order to take care of my anxiety, I have to be more mindful of my time management. And lastly, beside mental health, there is the obvious physical health that is also important, which I have been neglecting a little recently due to working from home and not having enough movement and not eating the healthiest food all the time. So I have to be more mindful of taking care of my body. The design of this page can actually be anything you want. Keep it as minimal as you like or as decorated and full as you please. I think this design is very fitting with the crescent moons on either side and the overall shape of the design as an hourglass with in the middle written then and now, indicating the past and the present. The idea is to create one of these every month as a monthly reflection page, and I think the moons kind of indicate a beginning and an end of that month, and the hourglass sort of resets itself every single month. The design itself can be used for many things, such as the section for grateful can be a section for things that you are proud of or have achieved, and the section for mindful can be things to improve or work on for your next goals. Let me know what you think about this idea or share your suggestions. What would be your dedicated section? And what would you write in them? I might go into this idea of an exercise in a separate stencil video, as this layout was also strongly inspired by it. Did you know you could use this stencil as a bookmark as well? So many options. Anyway guys, hang around for the final flip through, and I hope you like this whole setup. I had a lot of fun playing around the dot grid, and I'm very happy I got to share the first glance at my stencil with you. Very excited to show you more later. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like so I know, and leave a comment with your thoughts. Remember that you can get free dated printables for this setup on my website, and a blank version will be available in my Etsy shop later on. All the info is in the description. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me on any of my social media linked in the description. Also, don't forget to share your recreations with me on Instagram and follow me there for daily uploads. If you're not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my content, please join the family by subscribing, and don't forget to click the bell button if you want to get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and until next time, keep imagining, keep creating, and stay inspired. Bye darlings.